Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's me, Scott from One Last Hand, and we are back. We are diving back into Dragon Eclipse. It's been a little while since I played, actually, so we're gonna continue through on the story. We've got a few options where we could go. We could go to J0, which is Looming Darkness. I believe this is our home. I might be wrong, but I think J0 is where we live, or where we come from. We live over here in Cairburg, to be fair, but I think this is our hometown. We have the Dragon Alliance K0 up here, and we have the Shadow Alliance L0 up here. Everything else is explored. Now we can, before we do this, go to a Z location. I don't think I went to one last time, so maybe we'll head over to Z8, which is this village we were exploring. Maybe we'll go to Z9. Should we go to Z9? That's the tunnels and stuff we're in. Let's go to Z9. Z9. That's where the big old dragons were separated.
The sun has penetrated the patches of dense fog here and there, but the swamp still remains a deadly place to traverse. Also, it never stops moving, shifting, and devouring. The entrance to the collapsed Temple of Light has vanished entirely.
Track misslings. Send your Dark Talion to play in the fog, only if you have the Dark Talion quest card available. I think we did it last time out. Is it this one? Yeah, it's you, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we completed his quest last time, so that we can ignore. Track misslings. Visit another place. Let's visit another place. Where are we going to go? I think we need something that's going to benefit us. Do we go back to Cairburg and just see what we can do? I'm just going to quickly go there, just remind myself of the options.
If you need supplies, there is no better place to visit than Cairburg.
Buy supplies, buy an artifact from a foreign merchant. I've got 4 coins. Sell equipment. Lead the prowler to its kin. We don't have that. Train a young iceling. Train a young emberling. Have to have 4 essence. It'd be nice to go somewhere where I can get some essence. Should we go to Z7? I don't know if we've been there. Z7. If you have the interference part 3 status, you won't be able to risk approaching. I don't think I do have that. That was if we stole their animals.
The shimmering waters of Lake Llindraig are quite a sight to behold. But your attention is entirely taken by the archipelago of islands floating in the air. You notice the monastery on one of them and see that its gates are closed.
Track the local misslings, absorb the passive energy of the dragons, enter the skull with your young Gaedon. We don't have that. Let's absorb the energy. Gain 2 essence, then start one of the available scenarios. Okay, we're okay with that. Because 2 essence here just means that next time we come across something, we might be able to tame it. That seems pretty important. Right, I guess we're going to go to J0. What we might find is we spend a load of time here, and that impacts the Dragon Alliance or the Shadow Alliance. But let's go to J0. Our mum might be in trouble. And mum is the most important person. J000. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Let's grab this and put this here, because we're going to do this. Let's also tuck this here. We'll move our cards over so you can see what we've got. I don't know what we've got, to be fair. And then we've got our coins. And then we've got our essence. Okay, so J000, let me just find that. I know the alphabet. J. Looming Darkness, here we go. Okay.
Moongore. A charming little town famous for its mines and blacksmiths lies not far from where your memorable encounter with Artios took place. For you, though, it's not just a regular town. You were born and raised in Moongor. What is more, your Aunt Christine, a gifted tamer, who taught you the basics of handling mistlings, still lives there. Since you moved to Caerberg for further training, you have always planned on going back home and paying her a visit, but there was never enough time. Now you finally decide to head there, but unfortunately for a different reason. Your hometown is in danger. One of those cursed portals opened nearby during the eclipse, and you wish you had figured that out sooner. You hope there is still time to deal with the portal and save your beloved childhood town. But is that sensible? Maybe you shouldn't involve yourself in such a distraction.
I mean, it's a good question. I meant aunt, obviously, when I said mum. I know my mum's not around anymore, of course. Hints. This scenario is more difficult than the others. If you fail this scenario, it influences the campaign in a negative way. On the other hand, if you manage to complete this scenario, it has a positive impact. If you don't feel up to the challenge, it's better not to start this scenario. Combat. Powerful and resilient but slow earth elemental. Wind elemental. Other earth and light mistlings will be useful. There will be an option to fulfill your young emberling's quest. I don't have a I do have a young emberling, but it's not very strong. Reconsider. Choose one of the available scenarios. Start the scenario. Read on. Choose 2 mistlings to accompany you during the scenario. Form deck construction. If you have the light in the shadow, do we have the light in the shadow? 4. We don't have that. We've got 3 and 5. If you have the Eager Tamer Part 3, we do have that. Go to J41. Otherwise, go here. Okay. We're going to need to build our deck. I think we're going to do it, right? I mean, it's more difficult than the others, but I think it makes sense for us to try. So we'll build some decks. We'll take a light mistling and an earth mistling, I guess, to try and deal with whatever we're coming up against. I'll be right back once we've built some decks. Okay, we are back, and despite the warning of this is a more difficult scenario that influences the campaign, we've possibly made some silly decisions in our moving forward. We've decided to take young emberling because it does say we might be able to train it up. There will be an option to fulfill your young emberling's quest, and then we have the young Luminesca. Really bad decision on this. The only way we're leveling up the young Luminesca is by having where is it? It's basically take no damage in a combat. Now I don't think choosing to tame a thing is that. Where is the card? I've lost the card. We'll find it. Oh, here it is. At the end of combat without any damage. Doesn't sound like doing this on the one of the hardest campaign missions is the way forward, but these are who we're taking, so we'll tuck these in here, and all I'm hoping is that we can level up our young emberling early. That would be huge. Right, so this says if you have the light in the shadows, we can go to number this number. We don't have it if we have number 4. If you have the Eager Tamer status, go to 3 status, go to 41. We do have the Eager Tamer 3, so we're going to J41. If you choose 2 mistlings, perform deck construction. If you have the young Doodah, no, we've got that. This one, here we go. If you have the Light in the Shadows Part 6 status, Light in the Shadows, we don't.
Alvin joined you soon after you left the underground temple sunk in the swamp. You have shared with him a lot of things you know about Artios, and now the boy doesn't want to leave your side. He is sure that you are the best teacher he will ever find. The world is a dangerous place, and you don't want the boy to risk his life. On the other hand, you've watched him grow and become stronger. Perhaps he is already a useful ally.
Okay. Let him join us. He's got to learn somehow, right? Gain the Eager Tamer Part 5. Eager Tamer Part 5. And go to script J13.
Located among the meadows and birchwoods, the town of Moongor seems to be the epitome of happiness. It is made up of 80 households, built in a circle, and inhabited by families of miners, farmers, and hunters. all living in harmony. You see no walls and no gates. This is where you grew up. This is where you got interested in taming. Your heart beats faster, but soon you notice signs telling you that the town is not a cheerful community anymore. The doors are stronger than you remember, and the windows are equipped with hefty shutters. There is no happy racket in the streets, and instead you sense tangible distress. The source of anxiety looms above. There is a huge, vibrating portal on the slope of a hill that cracked under its weight. A part of the portal must have slid into the crevice, and it is not visible. This is your goal. You must close the portal to keep Moongor safe.
Okay, we've got some instructions. We have to open map 20. Let's get all of this stuff out of the way. I think this goes over here from memory. We'll take this over here. So I think we can go to this one, just so we make sure we get these in shot. There we go. There's our essence. There's our coins. Okay, we're all good there. And then map 20. Is this map 20? This is map 20. Here we go. There's where are we? What is this place called? I can't remember. It's my hometown. I can't remember what it's called. Oh well, let's not worry about it. literally forgotten what it's called. What else are we doing? We are opening map 20, placing secret 48. Moongor, that was it. 48. 48. Okay, there's secret 48. Face down, set the timer. Here's the timer. To slot 3. Begin the exploration. Time is a precious resource. Okay, before we start the exploration, I'm just going to have a look for secret hidden secret numbers. I mean, I've got to know some secret numbers are here, right? This is our hometown. We must know all of the secrets. Genuinely can't see any. Is there any in the portal? I can't see any in the portal. Can't see any over in the distance. I thought we said there was just a row of houses. There's hundreds over there. 80 of them, I suppose. I can't see any numbers hidden. I just find it difficult to believe that there aren't any numbers hidden, that's the thing. Why is this? This has got spikes on it, this place. What's that all about? One last little glance. Can't see any. I'm going to tuck this down. Should have brought a magnifying glass, I think. Right, okay. So this goes on to 3, and we get to go exploring. J47, is this where we're coming in from? I'm just going to turn to J47, because sometimes the app is really good, right, in terms of, I mean, it's just the text, and then it tells you some options at the end of it, and there's some bits where the editing isn't great. But sometimes it's difficult, because when you go to the book, for example, the book tells you leave the town, stay in the town, right? So if we went to J47, they're the options, right? But if you do that on the app, it reads the thing and then it tells you the options after you've read it. So having a quick glance is quite nice, because you know I'm going the wrong direction. This is basically telling us that we're going. We're just going to quickly put our little person on the map. So that's who we are. Where the heck are we going to go? I think we go to J11. That looks like an important building. J11. Here we go.
There are billows of smoke around the smelter chimney, but years ago the smoke was much denser. You spot the Emberling napping in front of the building. It seems bulkier than before. It must have grown while you were away.
Okay, sounds promising. Approach the Emberling. Go to script J14.
You know this mistling. It is the Emberling bonded with your Aunt Christine. The creature recognizes you. It raises its head and welcomes you with a pleasant, soft tweet, surprising in a beast its size. You approach it to stroke its back and see that the creature has a broken wing.
Train your Emberling, go to script J19. Examine the Emberling's wing, go to J16. Let's do the wing first, J16.
The Emberling reluctantly allows you to touch the injured wing. Upon examination, you understand that something is affecting the healing process and holding up the regeneration. You look at the portal and sigh with resignation. It must be the invisible influence of that wretched doorway to another world.
Oh no, we're not going to be able to heal. Go to script J14.
You know that.
Yeah. Train your Emberling only if you have the young Emberling. We do. Go to J19.
The young Emberling comes close to the mature one and timidly shows it the egg under its care. The older Emberling demonstrates how to keep it warm using the power of the fire element. Some time passes, and the shell chips off to make way for the hatchling mistling, minute yet full of energy. Your Emberling sees that, and the event changes it rapidly. The mistling's muscles get thicker, the tail and the neck longer. It has visibly grown to be able to take care of the younger, fragile sibling. You smile as you see the affection in the eyes of all three mistlings.
Okay, so we have placed the young Emberling's ability card, young Emberling stat card, and young Emberling action card behind the locked device. This is what we needed, to be honest. Young Emberling, and young Emberling, I'm guessing? What does it say? Young Emberling stat card, action card, an ability card. Emberling divider. Take 56, 57 and place them in, replace the young Emberling during the following scenarios. Emberling divider. Add card 60A upsided to the Mistling Encyclopedia. Okay, so interestingly it doesn't tell us the numbers for some of these, but let's get the Emberling. Maybe it'll make more sense when we're looking at this. Okay, Emberling, here we go. So, Encyclopedia. Let's do that bit first because it's usually easier. Right, so we are placing cards 60A and 59A B side up in the, 59B side up in the encyclopedia. 59. So 60, 60A. Just show you this. 60A and 59A. No, 59B. Let's read this. Wild Emberlings are almost always accompanied by their younger siblings. When a sibling reaches adulthood, both mistlings go separate ways to find mates and bring new Emberlings into the world. When they fulfill their duty, they seek themselves again to grow older. Okay, there's our Emberling, so we can tuck that out of the way. So we've done that bit. Place the young Emberling ability card, young Emberling stat card, and all young Emberling action cards behind the locked cards divider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'm guessing that's all of these. So let's just check. We've got that. We've got the special ability card. And then we've got you. And this goes behind the remove cards. The locked divider, so that's our removed cards thing. Wherever the hell I put those nowadays. Where do I put those? Unlocked cards. Is that these? Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's get these out of the way. And then we'll tuck this one over here. God, this is a bit of a mess. The young embling and those go over here as well. You can go in there. Okay. You may perform the deck construction for the embling. Okay, we'll do that in a second. Place the young embling ability card, all action cards behind lock divider. Embling, take card 57, 50, 61, and all embling action cards. Okay, let's just quickly rebuild this, and then I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. I've done a quick rebuild of our deck. I'm not sure it's the best deck that we're ever gonna come across, but that didn't cost us any time, I don't think. J14, no, what number were we on? J19, doesn't look like it costs us any time. We can go back to J14. J14 was train the embling or leave. That didn't cost us any time either. So let's go back to J11.
You know this.
Yeah. J11, that means we're back at here. Enter the smelter. If token A is in slot 3, go to J4. It is not. Go to script J5.
The moment you enter the smelter, your Aunt Christine looks up from her table. Recognizing you, she springs up, leaning on her right hand, but for some reason, her face twists with pain. However, she chases the pain away and beams up, looking at you. You feel your emotions running high. Aunt Christine is the one who drew your attention to mistlings and taught you so much about them. A gifted tamer herself, she created an admirable bond with an emberling, her own mistling. The townsfolk have always deemed her a little nutty, mostly due to her habit of talking to herself, but no one would say that to her face, as Christine does a lot for the community, from powering the smelter together with the emberling to keeping wild beasts at bay.
Okay, place token A in slot 3. We can do that. There's Aunt Christine, look. Okay, token A in slot 3 up here. Let's just jump back to this one. Okay. If you have the Light in the Shadows Part 6, I'm pretty sure I don't. If you have the Eager Tamer Part 5, I do have that.
Alvin follows you into the smelter, but stumbles on the doorstep. "Greetings, boy," Christine says. Then she looks at you and adds, "What an adorable ward you have." You try to explain that Alvin is actually your student, and not just a ward, but Christine bursts out laughing and dismisses you with a wave. She pays no heed to Alvin's baffled face. "Now, tell me everything. What have you been up to since you left?" she asks you, and you briefly tell her about your recent adventures. You also explain the purpose of your visit.
Okay, if you could explain the purpose of my visit to me, that would be amazing. J4.
Christine is eager to share all the information you need.
Oh, great. Can I tick all the status sheet boxes? Ask her about the portal. Costs her time. Ask her what she thinks of the Eclipse. Costs her time. Ask her about the emberling. J77 doesn't cost her time.
My emberling's best days are over, Christine admits. The mistling is getting old, and more tired with every passing month. The townsfolk got comfortably used to the fact that the emberling has been powering the forge for years, and nobody seems to remember that it is not a machine, but a living creature. And there is worse news, too. As we were trying to close the portal, the emberling hurled all its power at it. Alas, some of the power bounced off the portal and hit his wing. It has been some time, and the poor wing isn't healing so far, and I'm beginning to have a bad feeling about it.
Okay, thanks, Christine. Back to J4.
Christine is eager to share.
Okay, ask her what happened to her arm. Okay, this doesn't look like a time either. Let's just have a look. 106. 106, yeah.
Christine laughs out. "It's not my pain," she says, showing her hand, but she doesn't explain her words.
Wait, she's linked to the emberling? Interesting. Back to J4.
Christine.
Yeah. So they tried to close the portal. So we should ask them what they tried to do, right? You lose a time and go to J21.
The portal appeared during the eclipse, Christine says. Its appearance damaged the slope of the mountain and caused an avalanche. I tried to seal the gap by directing a ray of power at it, but the portal reflected all energy like a mirror would. We got injured. She pauses and thinks. I don't know, she begins, but maybe we should enter the portal and close it from the inside. I would have already done it, but my sole responsibility is the protection of the town, and I cannot leave it. Of course, I don't recommend climbing such an unstable mountain, but perhaps there is an underground passage there. You know what? You can talk to Orberg, our blacksmith. Remember him? Orberg may know more about the tunnels, but, he and I are not exactly on friendly terms anymore because now my Emberling cannot help him recast metal ores.
Okay, back to J4.
Christine.
Do I want to ask her about the portal? It is going to cost some time. Sorry, not the portal, the Eclipse. I think we go to the blacksmith. Time is limited. J29. J29. Here we go.
The noise of the local smithy can be heard from afar. As a kid, you were fascinated by the symphony of pounding hammers and seething steel. But Orberg, the main blacksmith, didn't want any outsiders hanging around while he was at work. In other words, you rarely visited the workshop, so you doubt he will recognize you.
Okay, enter the smithy. It's going to cost us some time. I think we have to do it, right? J36. If you have the Eager Tamer Part 5, we do. You ask Alvin to wait for you. Orberg hates company, and the smith is not big enough anyway for 3 people. Go to script 34.
Orberg keeps hammering in the smithy, but he puts the tools away when you enter the building. What do you want? He asks, wiping the sweat from his forehead. Then he raises his eyebrows in surprise. Oh, it's you. Interesting. Anyway, whatever brings you here, make it quick. My assistant has been missing for the last 2 days, and I'm on my own here. The folks keep pestering me to make metal nails and other things to reinforce their sills and roofs. Everyone is scared of the flying ghosts of the portal, or whatever they call them. The creatures seemingly perch on the roofs at night.
Flying ghosts of the portal. Ask if he has tools to spell. Spend 4 silver. We do have 4 silver. Ask about the portal. J38.
The portal? Orberg smiles. People in the town are superstitious and easily scared, so I'm glad you approach the problem rationally. Well, some of us have already tried to solve the problem of the portal, but in secrecy, of course, so as not to cause an uproar. Bernard the Miner, for instance, a smart fellow, you know. Don't tell anyone, but he has dug a tunnel to get to the lower part of the portal. The underground part of the portal indeed seems thinner and weaker. Perhaps it is penetrable. Perhaps you could get to the other side of it, provided it really exists. Go to Bernard and tell him I sent you.
I think I'm meant to have lost the time. Let's just keep going for a second. Place token A in slot 4. Up here. Bernard can tell you how to reach the portal. Let's just go back. What number were we on? J29.
Orberg keeps hammering in the smithy.
I just want to go to J29 because I think I'm meant to lose a time.
The noise of the...
Enter the smithy. Lose a time. So we'd be down to 1, right? Because we lost a time doing something over here. We lost a time over here as well. Fine.
Orberg...
Okay. Do we want to buy some tools from him? Quite possibly. Take the equipment deck and draw all of the tool cards. We do have a tool already. I wonder if we'd be better off. I'm going to go back. I wonder if we'd be better off trying to get a rope, because this lunchbox is food and a tool. So maybe we don't need it. Okay. Ask what happened to his assistant. Go to script 24.
Oh, Stan. Allberg sighs. He's an hard-working boy, but also a dreamer. An incurable one. I bet someone's told him some stories and the boy went on an adventure. His forehead creases with worry. I hope he's fine. And I wish he hadn't crawled into that wretched black hole, he adds, looking out of the window. Please let me know if you find him. I will make it up to you.
Okay. Gain the someone is missing part 1 status. Someone is missing part 1. Okay, go to script 34.
Allberg keeps...
Ask about the pool, ask what happened to assistant, ask him to sell some stuff. Right, we're going to leave. Let's go to J8. If token B is in slot 1, it's not. If token A is in slot 1, it is not.
The windows of the inn are barred, which is a surprise to you. The innkeeper definitely didn't bar the windows back when you were a kid. You carefully step inside and let the memories envelop you. Oh, the stories the innkeeper used to spin. The smell of the fireplace, the treats you sometimes got. Good old days. The patrons, who have been talking quietly, eye you cautiously. Do they recognize you?
Don't you know who I am? Okay. If you have the light in the shadows part 6, we do not. Place token A in slot 1 and go to script 20. Okay.
The mood is not good. A few people who have taken a break from work look at the dark shape of the portal through the window, or try to focus on the food to forget the menace. You also spot a lonely man staring at a diagram of some machine, despair clear in his eyes.
Okay. Talk to the innkeeper. Approach the lonely man. It's got to be the miner, right? Buy food for your misling. Spend 3 silver. Let's approach the lonely man. Only if there is no token B in front of you. There is no token B in front of us. Approach the lonely man. If you have the local hero part 4 status, do we? Local hero part 3. Oh, come on. If you have the empathy part 6 status, nope. If token A is in slot 2, was I meant to put it in slot 2? Hold on, now I don't know. What number are we at? J20. So we had J8. Just going to go back and make sure I put this in the right one in case I ballsed it up. Otherwise, place token A in slot 1. Okay, so that's in the right slot. So token A is not in slot 2. If token B is in slot 2, no.
The man looks up as you join him at his table. He smiles wearily but beams when you introduce yourself as a tamer. A tamer, he says eagerly. This is some good news. I am the local engineer, and I think I need your help. Listen, for years, I've been building pumps to supply the smelter, the smithy, and the pastures with water. For obvious reasons, the pumps had to be installed on the shore of the lake, and this is where the trouble begins. The lake, you see, is inhabited by a flock of incredibly vicious sirens, which keep damaging the machines. They have, by nature, strong teeth, so they bite the cogwheels and puncture the pipes. There is nowhere to stop them, and the entire village has no water. Do you think you could help us get rid of them?
If a water slot is in slot, sorry, if a water token is in slot 2, go to 39. Is it met? No. If a dark water slot is in slot 2, you tell the man that you can't help him. Agree to help. Agree to help gain the Empathy Part 6 status. Empathy Part 6. When you have 4 of these, read script Z97. I'm just going to read this myself, I think. Z97. Just so we don't lose where we are. Z97. You notice that mistlings behave differently around you. They are calmer and more eager to trust you. It might be your imagination, but you think that people also smile more often and are more open when around you. You wonder if that's something to do with your actions during recent adventures. It might also be related to the dragon essence that circulates in your body, or you might just be a better tamer in person than before, and it shows. Gains the attunement status. Okay, interesting. Okay, gain the empathy part 6. Go to script J20.
The mood is not good.
Okay. Buy food for your mistlings. Approach the lonely man. Talk to the innkeeper. I guess we do that. Go to script J26 and lose a time.
The innkeeper recognizes you almost instantly. I can't believe you've come back, he exclaims. What is the outside world like, eh? Pretty depressing, I figure. I always thought it was a mistake to leave good old Moongore. He blabbers on, visibly confused by your adult appearance. You interrupt the flow of meaningless words to explain that you are alarmed by the portal and you want to save the town, and then other places in need. Oh, you aren't staying, are you? He says with a gloomy expression.
He could just hear my 4 silver jangling. Ask him what the situation in town is like. Go to script J17.
People are scared, and they are reluctant to leave their barricaded homes unless they really must. The countryside seems to be terrorized by a creature or creatures who leave the portal to feed on sheep or even people, mostly at night. The locals believe that it must be the Alukas, but you find this difficult to accept. Those creatures have been living high in the mountains for centuries, and they are indeed known to catch sheep every now and then, but they have never been so aggressive, and they have never attacked humans. What is more, the portal cut off a part of the mountain and caused an avalanche to slide down. You do not understand the forces behind such phenomena. You feel disturbed and close to helpless.
Okay.
The innkeeper recognizes you.
Okay, ask him about the portal. 33.
People are scared of the portal, the innkeeper admits. Nobody understands its nature, and people fear it will soon spawn other hideous scourges. Your aunt, Christine, along with her Emberling and some other mistlings, tried to close it using the power of the elements, but she failed. The portal is still there, and Christine refuses to talk about it. What's more, she doesn't look too good recently. Perhaps she'll be happy to see you, though, and share a few secrets with you privately.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
The innkeeper...
I don't think you got anything else for us, so...
The mood is...
buy food for your mistlings. I think we're okay on that one. Continue the exploration. So, secret 48 is... Precious time passes. Go to script J40. If token B is in slot 4, it is not.
You suddenly get second thoughts. Have you really taken the right course of action? Is closing the portal truly the most important issue to deal with now? Perhaps there are more pressing matters in your shattered, crumbling world.
Hey, Christine, it's Aunt Christine. Okay, we take a fatigue. We place token B in slot 4. No, in slot 6. Okay. Place secret 48 face down. Set the timer back to 3 on red. Continue the exploration. So we could go here, we could go here, but I think in all honesty we need to go to the mines, right? Let's go to J2 on the way to the mines. If token B is set, it's not.
There is a mechanical pump on the shore of the lake. The pump, visibly broken, is powered by a small brook.
Let your mistlings take a dip, examine the pump, leave. Let's examine the pump. Go to script J6.
The pipes are full of holes, and most cogwheels are chipped. There are marks from sharp teeth all over the machinery. It seems really complicated, and you know you will not be able to fix it. Maybe someone in the village may help.
Set a trap to catch the wrecker. Requires empathy part 6 status. And empty slot 2. We lose a time and go to J9.
You choose an interesting piece of machinery and leave it on display on the shore. Then you hide behind the pump. The wrecker seems to be partial to such gadgets, so it will be tempted to examine the machine parts sooner or later. After a while, you see a siren leap out of the water. It crawls toward the pump, and when the mistling is close enough, you walk out of hiding.
Set up combat. Okay. Arena card 30. Arena card 30, map 5. The fight will be easier because you've set a trap. If you have the light in the shadows part 6, we don't. If you have a earth minsting, it helps prepare clever traps at the beginning of this. Okay, I think we're good to go. Right, I'll get combat set up. We'll do the combat and then we'll wrap up for today. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, we are back and we're ready to go. Let's just read through this. Set up a map 5, arena card 30. They're the ones we've got. Great. Fight will be easier because you've set up a trap. Enemy siren card 154, 155 and 156. We've got those over here. Great. I'll show you those in a second. If you have light in the shadows part 6, we don't have that. If you have an earth mistling, it helps prepare a clever trap. At the beginning of combat, each player may blink 3. We don't have an earth mistling. Okay. I think this is us. Let's go to this and we'll talk through what we've got. Right, let's start with the enemy. So the enemy is the siren. It has 25 hit points over here. It has 2 standard shield, 3 damage and 2 movement. Passive. When the opponent moves through 2, let's try this again. When an opponent moves to or through a space with a whirlpool, discard the whirlpool, and that opponent gains 4 damage and slow. If it's a fire, the opponent gains 6 damage and slow instead. The deck is made up of 2 squares and 4 triangles. If it draws a square, the siren has resurface. Rush +2. If the siren has resurface, let's try that again. Rush +2, attack, blink 4 away from the opponent, otherwise heal 4, blink 3 away from the opponent. That's bad news. If the siren has resurface, attack, move the opponent by its move value towards the closest whirlpool, otherwise attack. Place 1 whirlpool in an empty space within range 2. Okay, this feels like bad news. If a siren has, this is a special ability, if the siren has resurface, discard resurface, rush, attack, retreat, otherwise gain resurface. To tame it, we need to tire it out so it's got 7 or less health. It starts on 25. We need to saturate it with power. Use your special ability in range 1 from at least 2 whirlpools. You may choose not to deal the damage. Bring it down. Deal at least 1 damage to the siren while it has resurface. We're using our far weaker young Luminesca. So it's got 25 health, we've got 17. It's got 2 shields, we've got 1. It's got no magical shields, so nor have we. We've got 3 damage, so does it. And we have 2 damage, 2 move, and so does it. Okay, we've got these 2 machineries. Let's just run through the setup. So place a machinery on each of these spaces. Whenever you end your turn in range 1 of a machinery, gain 1 power. Whenever the enemy ends its turn within machinery, range 1 of machinery, discard that machinery. You and the enemy can't move or be placed in a space with a machinery. Okay, and then I think all that's left is for us to deal out our cards. We have Brilliance, we have Inner Light, we have Malleable Light, and we have Blinding Radiance. Okay, are these useful to us? Inner light is pretty good. Let's just show you the mini. So this is us, obviously. We've seen us before a few times. Let's just move it back slightly. There we go. There's our young Luminesca. It'd be nice to upgrade this to a fully grown Luminesca. And this is the Siren. Looks a little bit mean. It's mouth wide open. I don't think you're going to be able to see that, but there you go. Right, and back to the combat. That goes in this space here. We're in this space here. There's a whirlpool already beside us. Okay, whirlpools have to be that way round. Fine. Do we think these cards are useful? Inner light is really good because we can place it under our card and we immediately get one upgrade, which is nice. Oh, sorry, we immediately get 3 upgrades. Let's try that again. We can keep 3 upgrades. But then what do we do? What's he doing? Or it doing? On a square, it's going to heal 4, blink away 3 from the opponent. So there's no point me doing any damage to it. So I guess let's do this. We'll take this. We get 2 of these. And we gain 1 for playing it, and then we can tuck this under here. I know you're not going to be able to see this, but now we can have multiple upgrades, which could be really powerful to us. Are we going to move? I'm going to move 1. This is probably a waste, but I'm going to move 1, 1, 2, and move here. That's me done. These move up. This goes here. It does its special on a 2. Right, so the square comes out, and the square is, if you have resurface, it doesn't have it. Heal 4, blink away 3, 1, 2, 3. Great, you're going to not break the thing. That is the end of your go. Okay, back to us. What do we draw? Searing Radiance, deal 3 damage in any range. Okay, pretty good. Malleable Light would help us get some more of these. I wonder if we want to do Brilliance. My concern with Brilliance, I mean, maybe we do. We just start getting the brightness out because it's another way to attack, and it's in any range. So let's use Brilliance. We'll get 3 of these. Oh, hold on. We get 1 because we ended our turn next to the machinery, right? Is it the end of your turn? When you end your turn, yeah. We're going to use Brilliance, so we get 3 of these. Gain 1 brightness. We'll tuck that there. And you may spend 2. We'll spend 2 to get another brightness. So we're up to 2 brightness. Move 2 and deal 2 damage. Don't think it's worthwhile moving. What is it doing? Triangle. Otherwise attack, place 1 pool in an empty space within range of 2. So it's going to put a whirlpool here. We get to choose where it's going. It could put it... Oh, well, this is the closest to us, I think, so it's going to go there. Okay, so this goes here. We move these along. And this... Our elemental damage option is... our bonus action is deal 1 damage, pierce 2 in any range, and gain 1 damage ourselves. We get photosynthesis, which is another way for us to get power, so really useful that. Okay, that's us done. So it's now taking its turn. So its first turn is let's move this up. It's going to do a triangle. A triangle is resurface, doesn't have it. Otherwise attack, place 1 whirlpool within range of 2. So that's going to go there. I wonder how many whirlpools it can have out. Max of 5, I guess. On the card it says max of 5. What were we doing? Place 1 whirlpool in an empty space within range of 2. Then it's going to do its special ability. If Siren has resurface, discard resurface, rush attack. Otherwise gain resurface. So it's going to gain this over here. Okay, that makes it a little bit more worrying. These go over here. Next up it's going to do a triangle, which is if it has resurface, attack, move the opponent by its move value towards the closest whirlpool. It's going to move me here. we should have got another one for ending our turn next to the thing, right? And then it's going to place a whirlpool in an empty space within range of 2. Okay. Now, we could think about using photosynthesis, which is deal 6 damage and slow in any range if we discard all of our power. We know there's another square in there, which is a pain. I wonder if we use photosynthesis, which is just going to give us more power. We're setting up to start using some of these things. I'm going to use photosynthesis. That goes over here under this, so we've now got 2 things. We gain 2 power plus 1, so 1 for this, and then 2 power for using that card. And then at the start of our turn, we're going to gain more power. Now, this is going to be a bit of a pain. Let's just have a think about what he's doing. He's going to... If he has Radiance, he's going to attack, move the opponent by its move value. My move value is 2, so I'm going to end up here. Place 1 whirlpool in a space range of 2, so I guess he'd put it over here. But with that being the case, whirlpools, when an opponent moves to or through a whirlpool space, so it's only if you're standing in a space with a whirlpool. So that's fine. So as long as we don't move through it, I think we're fine. Okay, I think we're done. So we end our turn, we get another one of these. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's great. We're going to be able to discard this and get 9 damage on them, which is huge. Don't know if it's really worth the thing, but okay. What are we doing? We are, so it's his go. So triangle, first things first. He's doing a triangle, which is if Siren has resurface, attack, move the opponent by its movement, 1, 2. So it's triangle, attack, move the opponent by its move value towards the closest whirlpool. That's it. Okay. Okay, so then it's us. Oh, we should have turned this card over. Luminous Infusion, deal 3 damage in any range. And then we get a load of upgrades. So next he's doing triangle, which is if it has resurface, attack, move the opponent by its move value towards the closest whirlpool. So he's going to move me into the whirlpool, right? So I could move backwards. Start of my turn, I gain 1 power. Boop. Because of our upgrade. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use one of these to move back again over here. I'm then going to use Blinding Radiance. I'm guessing I pick these up when I pick up the card, right? So I'm going to get up to 10 and then lose 10. That doesn't feel ideal. Start of the turn, I get 1. So we'd have then used, let's get this right. I was here, start of the turn I would have got 1 to be up to 10, or was I already at 10? I then moved, so we're down to 9. I'm then going to spend all 9 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, to do 9 damage and slow. So there's slow, my friend, and 9 damage. So 5. Guess I'll put this over here if you can see it. Yeah, 5, 2, 4, 9 damage. Okay. So he's down to 16. We need to get them to 7 or less. Okay, what did I do then? I used Blinding Radiance, so I don't get any for picking up because we're at maximum. And then I get 1 for ending my turn there. Let's move these up. Okay, this could be bad news because over here there's going to be stuff, right? Triangle. So it's going to, if the Siren has resurface, rush, oh no, triangle. If the Siren has attack, move an opponent by its value, so 1, 2, towards the closest whirlpool. Place a whirlpool. Oh no, hold on. I think when did I place that whirlpool? Don't need to place a whirlpool on this turn. If they have resurface, move the opponent by its move value, so 2, towards the closest whirlpool. That's it. So I don't think I put out a whirlpool last time, so that's fine. Then it's going to do its special, and its special is if it has resurface, discard resurface, and this is going to be bad. Rush, it's going to move 2 to this whirlpool. Attack, retreat. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, it can only move 1. It's going to move here, and then it's going to retreat. So let's just read through this. If it has resurface, discard resurface, rush, it can only move 1, then attack, then retreat. And that's it. And slow goes away. Okay, that's not too bad. That is not too bad. Our turn, start of our turn, we get 1 of these. Okay, we're going to use low wavelength over here, so it's only worth 1 to pick up. But attack in any range if your opponent is in a petal space, trigger damage. Trigger. So we're going to attack for 3. It's got a shield of 2, so we do 1 damage to it. That's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. So you're at 10 damage. And then we get to trigger. Okay, and we are going to use our Searing Radiance, I think, which means we do 3 damage in any range. So you're up to 13. Oh. 1, 2, 3. What do I need you to be at? I need you to be at 7 damage, right? Okay, so let's move this up. Let's move this up. Just before I do that, I'm going to spend 1 and move back 2. Now, I don't know if I picked 1 up at the start of my turn. I need to remember to do that. Let's turn these over. We end our turn next to this, so we're going to gain 1 power. Okay. I didn't even look at what it's doing. It's healing. That's bad news. If the Siren has resurface, it doesn't. If the Siren has... No, sorry. Otherwise, heal 4. God damn it. I hate you so much. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just going to check that card wasn't a discard this card. No. Okay. So it's back to 9. And then... it's going to blink 3 away. Okay, good. Good. Okay, start of our turn, we gain 1 because we're next to the thing. Because we've got the upgrade. Then I'm going to use... do I want to get closer to this thing? It's doing... oh, it did a square, right? So I can put that there. It's got 1 card left, which is a triangle, and it's going to place a whirlpool. Okay, I guess we do malleable light, so we get 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. we are going to deal 3, so I get to do 2 of these effects. I'm going to do 3 damage in any range. Screw you, mate. So you're up to 12. Okay. And I'm going to gain 3 power. How many got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's move this up, move this up, move this over. Okay, good, we can get some more brightness. Okay. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10. I could do fading light, which would do some damage to it, but it's only 2 damage for 4. But then I'm going to get 1 back and then 1 at the start of my turn. So I think it's possibly worthwhile. Let's spend 4 of these to do 2 damage. We remove 1 of these. We put 2 damage on it. 1, 2. So it's up to 14. And then we end our turn next to the thing, so we get 1 back. Okay, it's go. It's going to do a triangle, which is attack, place a whirlpool in range of 2. I guess here. Doesn't really matter, we'll put it there. Okay, then it's going to do its special. We're going to gain a fatigue. When we gain a fatigue, no, when it does its special, if it has resurface, discard it, otherwise gain resurface. So this goes back over here, end of that round. Okay. We need to think about how we're going to do these other things. Saturate it with power, use your special ability within range 1 of at least 2 whirlpools. So I need to be standing here to do that, but I need to get it down anyway. Okay, I'm going to do so we get 1 power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, well, these need to be shuffled, so we need to see what it's doing. Oh, there we go. It's doing a triangle, so it's got resurface. So a triangle is attack, move the opponent by its move value 2 towards the closest whirlpool. Okay. Let's do Aegis of Light. So we're going to take 2 of these. I don't want to move, but I'm going to use this. This is an upgrade. Whenever we take any damage, we can, at the end of our turn, we can heal 1 if we took any damage. And with that being the case, I'm going to spend 1 of these to do my elemental bonus action. Deal 1 magical damage with Pierce 2. We don't need to worry about the Pierce 2. And then gain 1 damage ourselves. So I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to put this over here. So it's up to 15. So 10 points away. So he's up to 15. We take 1 damage, but at the end of each turn, yours and your opponent's, if you gained any damage, heal 1. Perfect. We move these up. We put this here. We end our turn with next to the thing. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. Now it's his go. So triangle is, if a siren has resurface attack, which it does, move the opponent by its move value, 1, 2, towards the closest whirlpool. That's it. That's the end of its go. Right, so I need to do, what, 3 damage? 2 damage. 3 damage. That puts me up to 18. So I did 3 damage, 18. That's right, right? That would leave us being 7 points, hit points left. Then I need to be using my my special ability from here. So we could do that. Okay. So I would get 1 power, but I'm already at maximum. But then I need to bring it down to at least one. Bring it down, deal at least 1 damage while it has resurface. You can mark off more than one thing in one go. So I think we can do this turn. If we spend 1 to move, 1, 2. How many damage did I say I need to do? 3. Okay, so we've moved. We can use deal 3 damage, Luminous Infusion, so we get 2 back. Luminous Infusion, deal 3 damage in any range. So that's 3 more damage to it. So that's up to 18. So that's 7, so we can mark one of these off. Then we can saturate it with power, use our special ability in range 1 of 2 whirlpools. So our special ability is this, so we're going to use 4 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4. That gets rid of 1 of these, and we put 1 more damage on it. So that does that one, and then bring it down, deal at least 1 damage to it while it has resurface. I mean, I'm just going to check with the app whether you can do more than 1 taming thing in a turn, but I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can, in fact. Let's just check. Hold on. The last thing I searched for. Can you complete more than 1 taming condition in 1 turn? You can complete more than 1 taming condition in a single turn. To tame an enemy, you must fulfill all taming conditions on its card from first to last. Once a condition is fulfilled, it remains fulfilled even if the game state changes. Can you? Let's just speak to it. Can you fulfill more than 1 taming condition in 1 action? Because a turn is multiple actions, right? So maybe this is where the problem lies. It's going to heal, but we've done what we needed to do. Oh no, he's not going to heal. He's got reserve. He's going to attack, blink, rush +2. Oh, whoops! I think I got that wrong last time. Then it's going to blink 4 away. Okay, interesting. Yes, you can fulfill more taming conditions in a single action. To tame an enemy must fulfill the conditions of its taming card in the presented order from the first to last. 1 condition is fulfilled. Once a condition is fulfilled, it means in that if the game state changes, this means you can fulfill multiple conditions in 1 action if an action allow you to meet these conditions. We did 1 damage to it whilst it had resurface. We tame this creature, and more importantly, much more importantly, we have done our quest here. Young Luminesca needs to know it can protect you. End combat without any damage. When you fulfill this quest, flip this card. We have done it. Okay, let's flip this card first of all. We've got the Exalted Young Luminesca. 24, it's got extra 24 and an extra movement. That's huge. Okay, so we put this here and we get rid of you. I think you go in the removed. We'll tuck you over there. That is that done. Okay, now we get to tame, go to script J37. Here we go.
The siren eyes you with interest and suddenly lurches forward to brush your leg. Then it makes a soft sound and its eyes flash joyfully. Did it just decide that working with you might be more interesting than vandalizing machines? Well, the bond has been made.
Okay. Each missile to partner combat heals up to half itself. Siren Divider, add card 157. I've got those over here. To the Missling Encyclopedia. We'll just do this as we go. Here's the Missling Encyclopedia. Let's just tuck you out of the way. 157. Add this to here. A side up. And this one, right? Let's have a little read. Always hungry, sirens lurk among clouds or reservoirs, seeking a suitable host. They use their sharp lamprey-like teeth to cling to their prey. When they are sated, they detach, leaving the host confused. When the venom stops working, in the rare times the sirens do not seek food, they like to play in shallow waters. I mean, it seems a bit rough, actually. Add cards 156 to your encyclopedia. Action, place cards 154 and 158 with all of the siren action cards. That's these. 154 and 158. That's these. Behind the party divider, we can do that. Okay. Place card 155 behind the remove divider. We can do that as well. Okay. Clear the arena. I think that's everything. We can put this back in the arena cards. It's interesting that most of our fights seem to have been at map 1 or map 5. Okay, that's that done. You can go back over there. We can tidy all of these up, and I think what we'll do is we'll wrap up here. You know what, that worked really well with all of those extra benefits of getting all of this power, having a card that does 9 damage, but being able to do a load of damage in huge range or any range is massive for us. We didn't have to move, it didn't really come to us, although I did get something wrong. It was meant to rush +2, but it was like here it would have been 1 2 1 2, so it might have been in range because we were kind of here, I think, but I don't think it was. But we did get that wrong, so that's on me, as it always is. Right, I think that's us done. I'll clear all of this up. We'll get back to the adventure next time. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, follow us on X and Insta and all of those things where we have a load of combat. Subscribe to the channel, it really helps. If you want to support the channel, check out the Patreon. There's a few extra videos on there. It's kind of a lot of teaching ourselves games before we actually film the full videos. There's also some deck building from here. When we get to the end of this, we're going to start the expansion campaign, but we might also do some roguelite runs as well. So there you go, Dragon Eclipse. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. I'll see you again next time. Thank you.